There's a kind of death that doesn't happen in the body. It happens in the waiting. He kept a calendar on his wall. Every January, he would take down the old one and hang up a fresh one, clean and white, full of little boxes waiting to be filled. Each year, he promised himself, "This is the year I begin." He had dreams once, to write, to travel, to build something of his own. But every time the spark came, he whispered the same quiet phrase to himself. "Not yet. I'll start when the time is right, the right time." It sounded noble, like wisdom, like patience, like discipline. But the truth was simpler and sadder. He was afraid. He told himself the world wasn't ready for him. But deep down, he wasn't ready for the world. Days turned to months. Months blurred into years. And his calendar remained, always full of plans, never of moments. One morning, as he poured his coffee, he glanced at that blank calendar. It hit him. It looked exactly like last year's, and the year before that, and the one before. He smiled sadly. Time hadn't paused for him. It had simply kept moving, quietly, like a tide that doesn't ask permission to come in. He looked outside the window, saw people rushing to work, chasing trains, chasing dreams, chasing something. He used to chase too. Now he just watched. And then, somewhere in that silence, a voice echoed inside his mind. Not from outside, but from the hollow he'd built within himself. "If not now, when?" He almost answered it. Almost. But instead, he reached for his pen, intending to write something down. And just as quickly, he stopped. "Maybe after breakfast," he said softly. "And listen carefully. If you're watching this right now and you haven't subscribed or followed this channel, remember this. This channel, Dosfiston, is not just stories. It's a formula. Every video builds on the last. Miss one, and you might lose the rhythm, the sequence of thought that connects them. So the best advice I can give you is, subscribe now and follow it step by step. Because what's coming next will not just be stories. It'll be lessons for your soul." He took another sip of coffee. It was cold now, but he didn't notice. Outside, the sky began to glow. Inside, his calendar waited, white and empty like an unopened door. He looked at it one more time and whispered, "Maybe tomorrow." He wasn't lazy. No, he'd tell you that himself. He was just preparing. He'd say, "I'm waiting for the perfect time. I'm saving up. I'm planning everything first." Each excuse was carefully crafted to sound like progress, but it was just procrastination in disguise. You see, he wasn't wasting time. He was collecting it, storing it up for the moment he believed would change everything, a moment that never came. And when his friends asked him, "Why don't you start now?" he smiled politely and said, "You don't understand. I have a plan." That's what made it dangerous. Because the plan wasn't a lie. It was just a truth that never began. He'd spend hours watching tutorials, reading quotes, even buying books on success. But he'd never take the first step. He was an expert at getting ready, just never being ready. Every night he'd tell himself, "Tomorrow I'll begin." And every morning he'd find a reason not to. Maybe the weather, maybe the timing, maybe just the feeling that life hadn't aligned yet. But here's the truth no one told him. Life doesn't align. You do. You bend your will. You push the chaos into rhythm. You don't wait for readiness, you build it. And somewhere inside, he knew that. He just didn't want to face it. Because facing it meant admitting that the right time was just another word for fear. He was waiting for life to give him permission. But life doesn't do that. It doesn't send an invitation. It sends opportunities disguised as uncertainty. And if you hesitate too long, someone else will take your seat. One night, he sat at his desk again. That same untouched journal staring back at him. He opened it, finally ready to begin. He even wrote the first line, "Day 1, I'm ready now." Then his phone buzzed. A notification, a distraction, a thought. "Let me check this first." He put the pen down, and the page never saw another word. Now listen carefully, because this is where I need you to think differently. This story, it's not just about him. It's about all of us. We all have that one thing we're waiting for the right time to do. To start learning, to heal, to forgive, to try again. But that right time, it's never coming. Because it's not a time, it's a decision. So here's my challenge to you right now. Before you scroll away, before you say, "I'll do it later," pause, take one step, comment the word "now," just that. Because sometimes the smallest action is what breaks the longest wait. And if you haven't subscribed yet, remember what I told you earlier. This channel is not motivation, it's momentum. Each video connects like gears in a machine. Miss one, and you lose the motion. So subscribe now, like this video, and stay for chapter 3. Because in the final part, we'll see what happens when time stops waiting back. He used to believe that time was his friend, that life would wait patiently until he was ready. But one morning he woke up and realized time had never been waiting. It was moving, and it had already gone too far. The people he once wanted to call were gone. The dreams he wanted to chase were taken. The fire he once felt inside had turned into quiet ash. He whispered to himself, "I just needed a little more time." And the silence replied, "You already had it." Let's be honest. How many of us are doing the same thing right now? Waiting for that right moment? Waiting for the perfect peace, the right partner, the right income, the right mindset? But let me tell you something raw. You'll never feel fully ready. Because readiness doesn't come first. Action does. Fear disguises itself as patience. Comfort disguises itself as planning. And procrastination wears the mask of next time. You think you're being careful, but you're being caged. So here's the truth I promised. The 3x3 for your life. 3 things you must learn. No one is coming to start your life for you. You are the beginning. Time never repeats, but patterns do. If you delay today, you'll delay again tomorrow. 3. Action creates clarity, not thinking. You don't think your way into readiness. You move into it. 3 things you must stop. 1. Stop saying soon. It's the softest lie we tell ourselves. You stop preparing for the perfect start. Just start ugly. Stop forgiving your excuses faster than you forgive your efforts. 3 things you must do now. Write 1 thing you've delayed for too long, then do it today. Forgive yourself for the years you lost, then take back the next one. 3. Make discomfort your alarm clock. If it hurts, it's a signal, not a stop sign. Listen carefully. Life doesn't reward the ones who plan to move. It rewards the ones who move while planning. And that's where you and I part ways for now, because what happens next depends on you. If you're not subscribed yet, then you're not following this journey step by step. And this channel doesn't just tell stories, it builds momentum. Miss one and you'll feel like you're catching up with yourself. So subscribe now, turn on the notification, and don't let your future self say, "I almost changed my life there." Now I want you to do one last thing. In the comments, write your biggest delay. What's that one thing you've been waiting for the right time to do? Because one of you will inspire our next story. And that story might just become your turning point. The right time isn't coming. You are the right time. And now, before you leave. Ever wondered what happens to a dream the moment you stop believing in it? Watch our next video. The boy who stopped dreaming after his first failure. You'll see exactly what happens when hesitation becomes heartbreak.